Welcome to the village. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey.
We want to know today, what are your hopes and fears as we go into the new school year? As we deal with the transition back to school, what are your hopes? What are your fears? What are the different things that you're really thinking about as we prepare to go back? We want to hear from you. So join our discussion today as we talk about our hopes and fears for the new school year. What's up, Coach Williams?
Hey. I'm back, y'all. It's Coach Williams. We are ready to go back to school, but I'm so excited to talk about this topic, our hopes and our fears.
Definitely. So even as leaders, we have some anxieties as we're approaching the new school year. So we want to hear from you guys. What are those fears that you have? What are some challenges that you're thinking about as you prepare for our upcoming school year? Now, some of you guys have already been back to school, so kudos to you for doing your thing. And we've been hearing about all of the great and amazing things that you guys are doing. So, again, salute to all of our educators who are already back in the trenches. All
Yes.
right. So we're learning from you guys.
Taking notes.
Right. We're taking notes. So continue to share your experiences and some tips and advice. We definitely want to hear it. So share within the village because that's what the village is all about. I am your girl, Dr. Roz, CEO and founder of the Village Leadership Group, where we coach teacher leaders so that they can identify their strengths, develop leadership skills, and reignite their passion for teaching and learning. That's right. Within the village, we're all about empowering, encouraging, motivating, and
Mm.
supporting teachers. All right.
All of
So,
that.
all of that. So, join the village because that's what we're all about. We want to hear from you guys. What are your hopes and fears? Now, we're going to have this discussion, Coach Williams and I, but we went and we invited our cousin and soror and fellow educator, Dr. Joy Gallop. Dr. Joy, welcome to the village.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you guys heard it right. She's our cousin and she's our soror. So we already know who Dr. Joy is. So, Dr. Joy, can you introduce yourself to the village?
Yes, thank you for having me. It is such a pleasure to be here. I am a wife, I'm a mother, but my very favorite, I'm an educator. I love being an educator. I love everything about it. I am a chemistry major. I received a BS in chemistry from Howard University. I went on to get my admin degree from Norfolk State, and I recently this year attained my PhD from Hampton University in education, yeah, in education management. So in STEM. So I eat, sleep, and breathe education, teaching my students. I love everything about it, and I'm so excited to be here. Currently, thank you. I am a high school chemistry teacher and science department chair. This is year 22 for me. Um, and probably year 10 or 11 as science department chair at different locations. So, yeah, that's pretty much. And like you said, I am a member of the best sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And so, yes.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you so much
So,
for having me.
yes, we are so excited that you are here and that you have joined the village. Again, guys, we're talking about our hopes and fears. So we're all teacher leaders, and we want to hear from you guys as well. What are you thinking about as you're reflecting and getting ready to go back to school? What are some of your anxieties as well? So I want to hear from you guys, Coach Williams and Dr. Joy. We want to get ready to go back to school, get motivated, get inspired. So as we're reflecting on our, purpose and why we even get up every morning and go to work and go to a school to teach children, we really want to start with our why. Like, what's our why? What's our motivation? And I'll start with you, Dr. Joy.
Okay. My why is to foster confidence in our students' ability to not just learn, but to have a conceptual understanding of the content, especially in contents deemed difficult, such as STEM areas of study, like the chemistry that I teach. So, whenever I can foster that confidence, it is my why, and it motivates me to keep pushing and keep moving, so that we can have as many of our students and take the difficult courses deemed difficult and pursue fields that are going to be needed in our 21st century.
Definitely.
That is so true. I'm about to steal her answer. She
No.
my cousin. But no, but when I really kind of resonated with that, every time, especially in the STEM field, I'm math, she's science, we
Hmm.
get a lot of, especially our kids, they're like, I can't do it. And sometimes it's even the teachers, and they won't say they can't do it, right?
Right,
They'll say,
right.
oh yeah, I got it. And their scores are saying something different. Their
Hmm.
students who are coming to us for tutoring, right? They're
Right.
saying something a little bit different.
Yes.
And I think that's a part of my motivation. Like, I I don't want to say I envision a world where everybody knows math, but I used to always tell my students, like, hey, I know math isn't going to be your favorite, right? But I want you to have that confidence. And it's something about when students get that confidence, but it's even more empowering. And think about the lives that you're touching when our teachers get that confidence.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
I'm stealing her
Absolutely.
answer, but I'm gonna add something to it.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna put
did.
Dr. Joy/cousin on
that's fine. That's fine. And it's okay if you don't have the words
it.
to really describe your why, because sometimes our why is a feeling,
Yeah.
or we just can't really paint that picture for others to really understand our motivation and our why. I shared this before with the village that my why has transformed, have changed throughout the years. When I left the Morgan State University,
She
I was
called.
the best HBCU.
Okay.
I had this, that black power mentality. I just wanted to save all black and brown children, and that was my why. Similar to what you guys are saying about science and math, I wanted my scholars to love learning and really enjoy being challenged and being
Mhm.
stuck and really understanding that when they don't know something, that it's
It's
okay.
okay.
Mhm.
It's okay. Let's enjoy the process of learning and
Mm.
have fun with it. So that was my why. I wanted my black and brown babies to be successful and to be prepared for their future. And so that's still kind of my why, but it has transitioned to making sure that our schools are full of great teachers who
Mm.
love to teach. They love teaching and learning, and that we are building a collaborative school culture that is, ready to teach our students to do amazing things. So it has changed, but it's still the same a little bit.
I'm gonna steal part of that as my answer.
So again, your why is your motivation. It's going to get you up in the morning and get you ready to conquer the world. So make sure you kind of have a sense of what your why is, or be like Coach Williams and steal someone else's why. It's okay to steal someone else's why. I was watching a video and they talked about how with Dr. Martin Luther King, he had a vision, he had his why. And many people didn't know how to put it into words, but they grabbed hold of his vision
Mm.
and they followed his lead. So it's okay as leaders if we are the voice for our team, if
Mm.
we have the vision, if we have that drive, that motivation for our team, that's okay. So again, it's okay to steal someone else's
Thank you.
vision. So again, guys, we want to encourage you guys. We want you to be motivated as you go into this next school year. And one of the things that we talk about within the village is that teacher leadership is a mindset and is not a position. So some of you guys are, you say, oh, I'm just a teacher. My role is very small. I just have to go teach my 20, 30, 40 students, and that's
100.
it. But as we go back and do this work for this school year, it's really going to take a village, a school community to work collaboratively. So we need all teachers, all hands on deck to build this type of culture where we are, pretty much showing up every day for our teachers, for our students, and sometimes our parents and our community members.
Hmm.
So again, we need teachers to be leaders. So again, it's a mindset.
Yes.
So Joy, what's your definition of teacher leadership, and how important is it
Mm.
that teachers are leaders?
It is very important. I think teacher leaders are change agents,
Hmm.
facilitators within a school, who are not afraid to foster school reform,
Mm.
to improve student teaching and learning. That would be pretty much a summation of what I think a teacher, teacher leaders are in the building.
Definitely, Coach Williams.
You know what? The reason why I did that hard pause is for so long I did not consider myself a teacher leader because I
Mm,
didn't see, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see, I just saw myself as a teacher helper almost, you know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, I know, here I go. But that's what teacher leaders are. It's that teacher that sees another colleague struggling, right? And without asking, they jump in. They're making copies, they're facilitating a lesson, sharing those best practices. A lot of times teachers think they have to go through the special training, and some, we do have the training. However, teachers are already leaders. We get up in front of 30 students, parents, we get it, and we are able to deliver this information. All you do as a leader, you change your audience, you change
mhm.
your entry point. You're still building those relationships, but teachers are already leaders. Sometimes they just have to tap into that other piece.
Definitely. Again, teacher leadership is a mindset,
Not a
not a
position.
position.
Okay.
So again, within the village, that's what we talk about all the time. So when you sign up for a coaching session with Dr. Roz, again, we're going to develop you as a leader, okay? And we need our teachers to be leaders and have those tools and strategies to build a collaborative culture. And we've seen it. We know the value of collaboration because during this
Yes.
pandemic, we had to work together.
Together.
It was not even a thought, a question. We just was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And we worked together. We got it done. So there's power in working collaboratively. All right. So that is so important. So now that we are going back to school, what are our hopes and fears? And we're going to start with our fears. Let's be honest. Let's be transparent. What are our fears? What are,
Uh-oh.
and then we got to think about the fears for our students and our
I was going
parents.
to say that. Yep.
All right. So what are our fears? I'm gonna start with you, Coach Williams, this time.
Uh-oh. So as a mother, I'm gonna
Okay.
come at that entry point, right? I have young children, and my fear is their safety.
Mm-hmm.
I try to enforce the mask, but once they're out of my sight, my fear is how are they going to act? What is their safety precautions and all of that stuff? So that's my mother hat. Then I put on my teacher hat, and I think about my teachers. Now they're going to be in front of students, and we had to do that quick switch, right? We
Mm-hmm.
went from regular teaching to online, and now we're back to that, and still having that balance. So we're going to have those teachers who that transition is going to be. That's a fear of mine. How is that transition back for the teachers going to be? And then I'm putting on my leadership hat. Um, and as a leader, honestly, I'm kind of fearful of being found out.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Tell me more.
So,
Tell me more.
so this is my second year, kind of first year because it was virtual. This is my second year of being a official leader, right? Um, and I guess in my mind, I have to be perfect, And I know I don't have to be, but I feel like I have so many roles and responsibilities that I have to be on my A game. And so a lot of people last year like, oh, you were so helpful, but I'm scared this year they're gonna figure out that maybe I'm not on my game. So hopefully they're not watching this right now.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
And that is a valid, fear.
thank you for validating me.
Yes, I will. But because again, going into a situation where it's unknown.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've had to go back to school after, being
Online.
online,
Mhm.
being hybrid. So this is new for everyone. And so again, give ourselves grace. Give yourself grace.
Yes.
Give your team grace, and just be like, look, and be
Mhm.
honest with your team. If there's a question that you don't understand or don't know the answer, be honest, be transparent, and let them know. Because guess what? They're going to find value in how you respond with to that situation. And so that is the best advice I can give you, is to be honest and say what you don't know, and
Thank
say,
you.
guess what? We're going to work together as a
Boom.
team to figure this out, okay, together, because there's power
In
in
numbers.
numbers. All right, we're going to work together. All right, so Dr. Joy, what's some of your fears?
Of course, I have the health scare with COVID, for
Yes.
myself, for my biological students, for my biological children, for my students, for my teachers, for everyone.
Yeah.
So that is lingering, and because I'm a science person, I kind of delve way too much into specifics of the variants, and probably know too much and about
Yeah.
it, and it just makes it even more scary for me. So that is a top fear. As far as my students are concerned, I am so scared that my students, I'm going to have many students who believe that their past work ethic from over the pandemic defines them,
Yeah.
and they're not
Mm,
able to recover,
Mhm.
or they won't have the courage to stand in that was the past, but have the courage to move forward and to understand that what they did over the pandemic doesn't define where they can go or
Yeah.
dictate where they can go or who they can be, because it was hard. It was hard for a lot of students. It was a lot. um, I also have a fear that our administrators will give us, the teachers, the opportunity to kind of shift the narrative of our students before they offer the opt out. I call them the opt out um, uh, offers. Give
Mhm.
us a chance to get our students together. When they
Yes.
come back, give us a chance to work with them, and to show them that even though a lot has been lost, we can bring them up. It's going to take a lot of hard work and effort on all stakeholders' parts, but we can do it and give them a chance. Give us the opportunity to get our students back on the right trajectory.
Mm. I
awesome,
like that.
awesome. So you guys pretty much hit on many of my fears. But again, let's transition to our hopes.
Mm.
All right. So what are the things that we hope? And one of the things, and I'll start, that I hope is that we continue the great things and great work that we were doing before, during the hybrid learning, that all of the things that we learned and all of the innovative ideas and strategies that we develop, let's continue those things
Right.
because we know that they work. And so I hope that those things will continue and they will continue to be beneficial for our students as well, because some of the students actually excel virtually. So we want to make sure that we figure out a way as they transition that we don't lose that
Mm.
momentum.
Mhm.
All right, so that is something that I hope for us.
Yeah.
Any other hopes?
Yeah.
I kind of
Definitely.
hope the students. Oh,
Go ahead.
go
No,
ahead.
no, no. Go ahead.
I kind of hope that students are just empowered to be able to recover from any emotional, mental, physical losses that they have, incurred over the pandemic. And I just hope that I'm able to provide the support that they need, that my teachers need, that my teachers need, that my parents need, to help our students just recover.
Definitely, definitely.
This is going to sound crazy. I'm always say something a little. I hope that this is the shift in education that we needed.
Mm,
A lot of times it's hard for teachers to relate to students, but we all went through the same thing. We all experienced a ton of loss,
Hmm.
um, a ton of just a period of where we just didn't know, you know? And so a lot of times when you have that connection, you can draw from that. It
Mm-hmm.
builds those relationships. So I hope that this right here, we really kind of use this to build those relationships, bridge those gaps. I know I was tutoring, and I would talk about how the pandemic could be applied to mathematics. You know, everybody at this point has some knowledge about it. So, kind of bringing us together. I really hope that this is that shift that we needed.
Right. And before the pandemic, people talked negatively
Yeah.
about education, period,
Yeah.
about teaching, and the profession of being a
Mm-hmm.
teacher was just kind of looked down upon. So I like what you're saying about that shift.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that's so negative, so you know I don't want to say, well, it's just bad, it's
Yeah.
awful, it's a traumatic, but out of this something good can happen. So I
Absolutely.
like what you're saying, that there's going to be positive, something
Positive.
positive at the end of all of this.
Yeah.
And it could be that the teaching profession is going to be looked at as something great and
Yep.
honorable. Everyone want to be a teacher because we are the heroes, we saved the
Come
day.
on. Because you know the
Definitely.
parents, they was like, you want them back.
Right. So that could be a positive. All of the different technologies and different
Yes.
strategies that we've learned to kind of be innovative,
Yep.
that again, we're changing teaching and learning and what it looks like. And so we had to think outside the box. So
Mhm.
again, teaching is going to look completely different
Oh, yeah.
5 years from now because of
Because
what
of
we're
this.
doing now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that as far as the technology part and the application piece, I think that it has made us finally meet our students where they are,
Yes. Yeah.
and actually cater to 21st century learners. We were made to cater to their learning styles. And I think it would have taken way too long and we would have lost way too many students had it not been for this awful pandemic. But like you said, on the bright side, I think that the technologies and the applications that we were pushed into is going to prove to be so beneficial to, as far as pedagogy is concerned, moving forward.
Right.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So I want to hear from you guys just some encouraging words and tips for our teacher leaders, our school leaders, our parents, our students. What can we say to them to kind of encourage them for this
Mm.
new school year?
Oh,
Some encouraging words,
It's pretty.
regardless of your fears, that
Yeah,
there's hope.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Like you had the guest you had on Tuesday. You got this.
Yes, you got this.
You got this. And that's honestly not you got this. We got this.
Yes,
Keeping in mind with that collaborative spirit.
Collaborate,
Um,
collaborate.
we got this.
we got this.
I
Together
think
we're really strong.
that's I think
Yeah.
it's especially for new teachers. Don't stress over things you can't change.
Mm. Say that
Te-
again.
don't stress over things you cannot change. You're going to be given directives
Yep.
and things to do that you are going to have a hard time finding purpose in, and it can be disheartening or frustrating. Just do it. Get that done so you can spend your positive energy on your students and making
Mm.
sure that you are everything that they need. You can't change it. You have to do it, get it over with, and move forward. And like you said, collaboration is key, key, key. There is a plethora of experts in your building, I'm sure.
Mm.
Know what they know, lean on their um, experience, and find someone who is willing to take you under his or her wing.
Yeah.
Build relationships. Y'all talked about relationships earlier. It's very
Yeah.
important to build relationships with your colleagues, admin, parents, inner city. Let me just say this: it is a total misconception, as far as I'm concerned, that inner city parents are not responsive or they don't care. That is not true. I've taught in the inner city for
Definitely not.
22 years.
Yes.
Take the time, reach out to the parents. They care. They will support you, and
Yeah.
they want what's best for their kids, like anyone else.
Exactly.
Yes, and so please reach out to your parents. They will help you. They know their child better than anyone else. And
They do.
so of course build relationships with your students. You'll be surprised what students will do for you, that if you are consistent and they believe in you, and you show them that you have their best interest at heart, they'll
Definitely.
perform for you, and
Yeah.
more than they will anyone else.
Definitely. That's the number one thing. You have to show the students that you care for
Right.
them and that you're there
Absolutely.
for them and that they're part of your family. That's how I look at it. These are my babies.
These my babies.
Yes.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. So you have to love your students, care for them, and let them know, look, like you said, we got
We
this.
got this.
Yeah. And don't try to recreate the wheel. I think a lot of time is wasted doing that. However, I think it's very important to be innovative and, creative. But I tell my teachers, find what's already out there that's already effective and one up it, you know,
I
and
like
put
it.
your spin on it. But you don't have to start from scratch. It's too many resources out there.
Sure is.
Definitely, definitely. So thank you so much, Dr. Joy. So you're gonna again go into what, your 11th year as department chair?
Yes, give or take. I don't know. It's all a
I was gonna say it's
blur.
all over.
Right, right. So again, we'll be praying for you and your
Yes.
awesome
Thank
team. I'm
you.
sure because of your leadership, you're going to do
Oh,
amazing things.
Of
So
course.
continue to encourage yourself. Know that we've got this and
thank
stay
you.
motivated. Thank you so much for joining the village.
I love this. I love this platform. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all are doing great things. I wish I had y'all when I started. Oh my gosh. So thank you for having me. This has been so amazing. Thank you so much. And good luck to you all in your, upcoming school year. I'm praying for you all, safety, health, everything. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you.
thank you. And to all of our village, thank you so much for all of your continued support and for your prayers as well. We want to again encourage everyone within the village, our school leaders, our teachers, and our parents, our students. Again, it's going to take a village.
It's gonna take a whole village and some
Oh.
more people. Two villages.
Exactly. So we definitely want to structure our teams as professional learning communities
Yes.
and making sure that we're working collaboratively. All right. It's going to take a village. We need to come together. We talked about it this whole time. So the good news is the
Tell them.
village
Okay.
has created a whole course for our teacher leaders that you guys can simply sign up and get all of the tools you need to shift your teams from just regular teams they have no power, no impact, to having high impact, high functioning professional learning communities.
That's
That's
what I
what,
want.
yeah, that's exactly. You want to make sure that you guys are having that impact on your students and teacher practice. It's so important. So, again, we have created a whole course just for you. So, it has 3 modules.
Mm.
We got 3 keys to
What?
developing, yes, 3 of them, girl. 3 keys to developing your PLCs. And we're going to include all of the resources you need. Yep.
What is that, like $1 million?
No, girl, no. It's not a million
Gotta be
dollars.
$1 million.
Guess what? For the village,
You
it's free, y'all. It's free.
say
It's
it
free.
again.
It's free. Just simply sign up and register before October 1st. So sign up. You have to join the village. Now, this is only for our village, folks. I'm sorry. If you join the
VIP.
village, we're going to send you guys all of the information and you'll be able to sign up for the course before October 1st, that is, and then it will be free. So
Mm.
make sure all of the members of your team sign up. You want all of them to get all of the resources,
I
right?
sure
Not just
do.
you. All right. And the way that it works is that you and your whole team would take advantage of these 3 short modules. And then in between each module, we're going to give you all of the information and resources, presentations, downloads,
Uploads, round the loads.
agenda,
What?
everything that you need to have your meetings in between those modules.
Can I sign up? Oh, I hope, but
You help
I'm
create
still
the
gonna
course.
sign up.
So again, guys, make sure you sign up. Why do we do this? Because again, we believe in the power of a village, the power of working collaboratively.
Yeah.
So we want to go ahead and give you the tools that you're going to need to develop your professional learning community. So you want to join the village, all right? We're going to give it to you, but you have to make sure you join way before October 1st so that you'll have the information, all right? So join the village. Thanks again, guys, for joining us again. It takes a village to build strong leaders, teachers, schools, and communities. So join the village, all right? And remember, teacher leadership is a mindset, not a position. Continue to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Village LG. See you next time.